Jasmine, and in today's video I am going to be doing my cousin Alice's makeup. I am really excited to mention that this video is in collaboration with my really good friend Sally Choi. Now she is actually getting married soon. She just got engaged and I am so incredibly proud of her. So for this collaboration she wanted us to give you guys some options for some wedding makeup. So I'm really excited to see her look, see what she has to offer, and for us I decided to do my cousin Alice's makeup. As you guys know, I am a makeup artist and this is what I do as my job aside from YouTube. So I hope you guys all really enjoy this one. Make sure you guys check out Sally's channel and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start with the prep work on Alice's face. Now she is a little bit dry around her mouth area, so I really want to hydrate. So first I am going to take an essence or an ampule. So this is by Essenherb and this is their Bulgarian Rose Ampule. It's just really going to deeply hydrate the skin. And then to prime, I'm gonna go in with the Juno Moonshine. This is a great hydrating primer as well as a pore filling primer. And because she has acne, this type of primer is really going to smooth that surface so that when you do the foundation, it's going to be nice, soft, and even. And then typically I like to just apply the products with a sponge just because it's faster and it's a lot easier. So after I let the ampule dry, I am going to go straight into that primer and I'm going to press it into the skin with the sponge just like this. And it's just another way to make the process faster and easier, and because this primer is pretty moisturizing already, it's just going to sink into the skin as so. And then don't forget, if your client requests that she wants her neck acne covered, that you bring the primer down there as well, because the whole purpose is to make the skin as smooth as possible, and you want the foundation to last there all day. Now this step is pretty crucial whenever I do events. I think that this photographs really well. So underneath the foundation I will take the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This one here is Champagne Pop, and I will take that on my little clean dish here, and I am going to put this under the eyes, and this is going to give the brightening effect. So if you look tired or anything like that, this will definitely reverse that. Look up to the ceiling. And all you want to do is tap it in with the same sponge. And I really love just utilizing the sponge as much as possible because you are essentially using less tools. I know that a lot of people prefer brushes, but I think that when you are in a rush and you want to go through as many clients as possible, then I think that using one tool is really the key to making use of your time. Typically, I will add the Shimmering Skin Perfector to the other high points of her face, which would be the chin, the nose, and the forehead. But because she does have acne towards the bottom half of her face, I want to keep this towards the top half so that you still will see the glow from within. So I am going to take this on the forehead and bring it down the nose. For foundation, I am mixing these two foundations. I have the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This one is in the shade 6.5, and I want to alter the color to be a little bit more yellow, so I am mixing it in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation in the shade 30 CG. Both of these foundations are amazing because I feel like they are very lightweight on the skin and they just look really good in photos. It looks very skin-like. So if you are looking for a great foundation that will last a pretty long time on the skin and that'll still offer full coverage if needed, then I think that these two are definitely the ones to consider, and I know you can get them at Sephora. So this is only one layer of the foundations together, but Alice told me she wanted to go full coverage, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off the other side. And when you are working with building up your coverage, it's always important to just let the area dry first before you go in. I just feel like if you just continue working with a wet area, it's just not going to build up perfectly. So I'm just going to go in and do the other side. So hypothetically, if you were to get married, what would your wedding aesthetic be? Oh, I know, hard question.
I never really thought about it. You think beige is too basic?
I don't know. I just feel like that's a movie thing.
It's a movie thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I definitely like our traditional wedding though.
Okay, yeah.
It's really pretty. And then the way they set it up is like, what, in front of the house though? It's not even like that extra.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to have a Cambodian wedding too.
Yeah. Probably somewhere with like a nice view.
Would you ever have it in a winery? I know like that's like what a lot of people do.
No.
Okay, same. I don't think the winery vibe is me.
Yeah.
I want to have like something like kind of extra. Like I would love to have like a place that has like a nice indoors but also a nice outdoors.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be like a winery. I don't know, because I feel like that's the whole appeal. Like, oh, you get like this barn type vibe and then you go outside and there's the grapes. I don't I'm going to go into some concealer and some cream contour. So I am using concealers for that. So I'm going to use the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealers in Honey and then Espresso Beige. Again, I put it on my palette and I will work from there. Look up to the ceiling. So I always tap a little bit under the eye, making sure that everything is creaseless. Because when we go in with powder, we want to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. And then with the darker color, I am going to just tap it on in little dots like this. And this is just going to allow me to have a little bit more precision when it comes to blending it out, because this shade is so dark. I like working with a lot of creams at first because it allows the base to just look more natural, and it also allows you to work with less powder. So I know a lot of brides tell me, yeah, I don't want to look cakey. So this is the way for me to achieve that non-cakey look while having full coverage and looking very skin-like and natural. So as you see, everything just looks more airbrushed now that we have all of the liquids on. It just seems like she woke up like this. It doesn't seem too heavy and it doesn't seem like it's caked on either. So this whole entire time I was working with one side of my sponge. So when I go in with powder, I'm going to go in with the clean side of the sponge. So I'm going to have her look up to the ceiling and I'm going to blend out that concealer one more time to make sure it's creaseless. And then I'm going to dip into my powder. This one is the Kat Von D Lock-It powder. I feel like this one is pretty good. I don't know if it's necessarily like my favorite, but it definitely does the job, especially when you work small. I definitely think that you can go a little overboard with this powder if you add too much, but you know, it's fine. Work with what you got. Alice does have an oily T-zone, so I am going to go ahead and press this powder into her forehead as well as her nose area just so it doesn't move. And I think we are going to be wearing masks today, so you know, just making sure that this area just stays in place. And I know her cheek area is pretty dry, but I know there are a lot of weddings that are still happening during COVID. So for those weddings who do require masks, I do like to take more powder onto my sponge like this. And I will just go in a zigzag motion. And this is going to evenly distribute the powder and it's not going to be cakey. And I will just press it in really fast just so it doesn't have a chance to just dry and settle in one area. And then never neglect the neck as well. I am actually going to take a little bit more powder here because I want to make sure that if she ever does decide to rub her neck area, it really does not move. And this area isn't super dry either, so I can go in with a little extra down here. When it comes to brows, I prefer using brow powder simply because it looks a little bit more natural and it's a lot easier to use. I feel like with a lot of different clients, I notice that a lot of their brow hairs vary. Some are very thick, some are very sparse, and I just feel like through time, I just really love the effect of brow powder with all different type of brow hairs. I am going to conceal her brows with the Soft Base Eye Primer. This is going to be a 2-in-1 step, and I like this because it actually has a nude color and it will act like a concealer because of the coverage. I did go ahead and conceal the top here because Alice did tell me she doesn't like a huge arch. So I went ahead and took that base just towards the top there, and I'm just going to take a small little powder brush and I am going to blend out that eye primer. I am working pretty fast because I don't want the eye primer to dry. I still want to work with it while it's still wet. So I do like to just make sure that I am working a little bit faster in this step, just so we could move on into the eyeshadow. For Alice, I am going to do my iconic bridal smoky eye. Now, a lot of my brides typically do something along this line. It may not be the exact same per client, but it is similar here and there. So I am going to use the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. Now, I do have a personal one and I do have one for my client kit. This one has definitely been used and abused. I use this every single time I work. I love this so much, and I'm so sad that it's actually almost discontinued already. Like once it's sold out, it's gone. So I am going to work with a lot of the browns here, and I'm going to create a nice soft brown base. So I will take this light shade in the palette and I will actually just tap it on the eyes all over, just so it could create a longer lasting base. This is what is going to stick to that eye primer. So I am just going to do that, and then turn to me. And then you want to do the same on the other eye. With that same color, I'm going to start blending, and I'm going in a back and forth motion, but in circular strokes. And this is just going to allow me to create that nice transition. Now I'm going to take the second to darkest shade, and I am going to start in the outer corner here, closer to the lash line. And because she does have smaller eyes and a smaller eyelid space, I like to start really close here, and then I will feel for her eye socket and I will blend in that area just to darken it up a little bit more. We're going to use that same brush in the second to darkest brown. Close your eyes. And I'm going to tap this right in her outer corner here, and this is going to add a lot of depth to the look. And then my personal trick when I am working with smaller eyes, I will take a small pencil brush and I will take the darker shade, look down, and I am going to do like a faux liner, but I am going to still do eyeliner. This is just going to allow the lash line to look darker, but without being too intense. I am working in almost like a cat shape so that we are also lifting her eye up. This is just going to make her look a little bit more awake as well. So now that the base is pretty much done, we are going to go in with some of the shimmer. Now this one is the Stila Liquid Eyeshadow, and this one's in the shade Kitten, which is their iconic shade. Now my trick when actually using these is actually using a fluffy blending brush. And I just find that this looks more natural, it looks a little bit more dispersed, and it doesn't look crazy, and you could actually see all of the shimmers once you pat it down. I feel like if you use a flat synthetic brush, it kind of just makes it look more caked on and not as shimmery and glittery. And then right on top of that, I actually love taking this shimmer from the Dose of Colors palette, and I will actually use the same brush because it will actually adhere the pigment of the shade onto the brush, and I will go ahead and just tap. The tapping motion is the key to making this look just super ethereal, super romantic, and it's going to last like this all day and look so good in photos. Now on clients, when I do eyeliner, I actually do a pencil eyeliner. I find that it's a lot easier for me to work with, and I feel like it's a lot faster. Now eyeliner used to be pretty difficult for me when I was working on clients because a lot of the times they would have uneven eyelids, or sometimes the eyeliner that I would use wasn't it. So I just find that using pencil eyeliners are the way to go for me personally. This one is by Urban Decay. It's their 24/7 Perversion eyeliner. And because my cousin already has that smoked out liner, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of eyeliner on her. I'm only just going to do a little bit just so that it's a base for the fake lashes. So Alice wants to try out a smoked out liner, so I'm actually going to take the dark brown again, and I'm just going to go right on top of the black liner and just blend it out. I'm going to go ahead and start blending down on her lower lash line. And for this, I have my clients usually just look up straight to the ceiling. And I know this part is really ticklish for them, but...
Oh, God.
I know.
Oh, God.
But I just try and work as fast as I can. Now I will take that light cream and I will take it on a blending brush. Okay. And I'll just blend the edges down here so that they don't look as sharp, and it's just a lot smokier and more mysterious. So now we're gonna go ahead and finish off the eyes with some lashes. Now I am just going to take a random mascara, and I'm gonna use a disposable mascara wand, and I'm only gonna dip into this once. If you wanna go in with more mascara, you take another disposable one, because if you double dip, that is disgusting. You know, fun fact, I have done Alice's makeup on my channel before, like years and years and years ago. So this is kind of like our updated version. So Alice chose these lashes. I don't know what brand or style they are, but we're just gonna use them. I'm gonna have you look down, don't close your eyes. The key to applying fake lashes on clients is for them to just look down to their lap, because if they close their eyes, sometimes the glue can shut their whole eye and they won't be able to open them. I learned from experience, so just making sure that they just look down is the key. And also, it's easier to attach the inner corner and outer corner in one go. My camera died, but the lashes are on nonetheless, so we are gonna go ahead and into the face. Now I have these little magnetic palettes, and I really just deconstruct a lot of different palettes, from large eyeshadow palettes and from single highlights like this, and just other palettes in general. So a lot of these are mixes from Anastasia, a lot of these are mixes from Morphe, Makeup Revolution, Ofra. So I'm just gonna go into some bronzers here to just add some warmth to her face. The good thing is that because Alice is my cousin, I can honestly do whatever I want and she'll be like, okay. But I think what's really important is to remember that even if you don't like something and you are working with a client, it's really not about you, it's about what they want. And you know, sometimes they want that blue eye with red lip, and maybe you're just not a fan of that, but I mean, if that's what they want, then that's what they want, and that's what's going to make them happy. And then I am going to take a matte blush, because again, she does have acne on her cheek area. So just keeping this area as matte as possible is ideal to not emphasize any texture. And then for the highlight, we're gonna take this one here. I believe this one is Ofra's Rodeo Dry. And I'm only gonna take this towards the temple of her face, and then with whatever's left, I'm going to bring it forward. I'm not gonna take it all the way. I'm just going to focus it right here where the light will hit. So if she turns her head, it's just going to look like that. You never wanna neglect the nose. The nose is my favorite part, so always highlight that area as well. I'm gonna do a nude lip on my cousin. So I'm gonna start with a lip liner. This one's Real Her I Am Confident. I like to actually keep the Real Her lip liners in my kit because they are so smooth and so long lasting. These ones are definitely worth the purchase, and I believe they even sell it all in a bundle for like $36, and you could use my code ThatsSoYin to save a little bit of extra on it too. Normally I would use a small brush, but recently I've actually been investing in these disposable lip wands, and again, just like the mascara, you do not want to reuse these, so if you want to dip again, then use a different wand.
Lipstick made my lips so big. Oh my
I know, it's so, she's a natural. Now because she's my cousin, I'm going to use a personal product on her because she's my cousin. I could do that. But don't do that on your clients, please. Please don't do that on your clients. I'm gonna use the Fenty Gloss Bomb, and I'm just gonna do a little bit just right in the center, essentially, just to give her a little bit of hydration. We just have to do some setting spray, so I'm going to use one of my personal favorites. So she does have a little bit of dry skin, so I decided to go in with a hydrating mist. Typically I would do like Urban Decay All Nighter or things like that, but because we're just going to be chilling today, she don't need all that. So I'm just going to go in with the Manicadar Hydration Mist. And this will literally melt everything together. This is so comparable to the MAC Fix Plus as far as the way your face will look. But as far as like the smell and everything like that and the actual bottle itself, it's not really.
It smells really good.
I know, it smells delicious. And just like that, you guys, we are completed with this look. Are you guys obsessed? Are you guys loving it? It is just so stunning. I love this look so much. I don't know, just something about like a bronzy, smoky eye with a little bit of glitter and a nude lip is like always my thing. So to just do it on others, and especially on my cousin, is just super amazing. Now, how do you feel? I want to hear it. I
feel like so pretty.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't looked like this in so long.
Yes. Yes, she's coming out of quarantine looking snatched. She's just killing it. She's not getting married, by the way. I don't know if we clarified that, but so I hope you guys all really enjoy this look. I am super excited to see Sally's videos, and I will link hers down below so that you guys can see hers right after this. And be sure to subscribe to Sally as well. I am super excited for her and her engagement and her soon-to-be wedding. I just cannot be more proud of her. So I hope you guys all really enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give it a like if you want to see more videos like this, and to subscribe so that you could see this beautiful face more on our channel. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.